Welcome back again. Today I wanted to, I've been thinking about practicing to lie because I'm like generally truthful, not always, but generally truthful, but I want to practice to lie. And today seems like the day to make a video about lying. Before I go on, I read earlier today, I guess for the first instance, about Saint George, who I guess was a Roman soldier or like legionnaire. I have a bad memory, but and he was a Roman soldier under, I guess, the rule of Diocletian, Emperor Diocletian, who set up the Tetrarchy and basically, I guess, divided up the Roman Empire between East and West. Essentially, which I guess I haven't read enough, but I guess means Rome had a junior and a senior emperor, and I believe like the Byzantine Empire essentially started. I'm so bad at this, but I want to talk and I want to get these things on video for my own learning as well, because I'll remember better if I've made a video about such and such fact in history, and I'm really glad I got a chance to read about a saint. So yes, Saint George, I have an idea, and I believe he was martyred because he wouldn't give up his Christian faith when Christianity was being persecuted in the Roman Empire, because everyone except for the Jews, I believe, according to Wikipedia, were being made to worship to Roman gods. And Saint George was martyred because he wouldn't give up his Christian faith during this persecution. So anyways, I guess Christianity was being outlawed, I believe, if I remember correctly. But anyways, so I wanted to, this being said, a little bit of history for me, which I believe I had read about in the past, like in the distant past, but my memory is so bad I forget things so often. Anyways, so I want to use the Holy Bible, and I want to say 4 lies, which are like me changing like a fact. It's not like a lie anti-Judaism or anti-Christianity, or for this matter, anti-Islam or Buddhism or Hinduism or whichever religion may be relevant. I'm not trying to disparage any religion. I just took the Holy Bible and I decided to change some facts, and hopefully, because I want to memorize, I'd like to memorize the Old Testament, the New Testament as much as I can. And I've heard that there are humans who actually memorize the Quran, which would be really nice. So, that's as far as I'll go in terms of like explaining books which I want to memorize. But anyways, so from the Old Testament, Exodus. Okay, so there was a child born, and the child was placed on the Volga River. Okay, when the mother of the child, I'm sorry, it's probably because I'm scared to say like any lie about the Bible or to become a liar. Yes, when the mother couldn't conceal the child anymore or like hide the child anymore, she placed the child on the river I mentioned. Okay, so book of Zechariah, okay, says, this is the second one. The second lie, book of Zechariah says, young adults will sit in Jerusalem with a staff in their hand or hands. Okay, I gotta get more. I have to get more convincing at lying. Okay, so book of Luke. In book of Luke, according to Luke, Jesus Christ has said that tomatoes can be used to move like a mulberry tree or like a different kind of tree. So tomatoes are like ketchup. Okay, the fourth book, I know this seems like really random, but it's for me as well as for you, and I hope you look through these books and find the lie I'm saying, or like the mistake, which is what I'm explaining at the moment, or however you frame it in your mind. Okay, so in book of Revelation, which I believe I mentioned the 4 horsemen in the previous video I made yesterday. So the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, the horses' colors are white, red, black, and yellow. Okay, so I made, so look at all this body fat. But I made up 4 lies, wrote them down, and I'm gonna practice. I guess for like acting purposes, this could be the reason, or for like my own personal enjoyment or whatever. I made up these lies, and I want to see if I can practice lying and getting better at lying, because I don't think acting is necessarily lying or at all. But yeah, I want to practice lying. So there were the 4 lies. Thank you very much. See you later.